Julie was a divorced mother with 2 kids. At the time, she was dating a man whom she thought was heaven sent. He was everything she prayed for. She pictured him as the perfect husband and father. Her 40th birthday was approaching, and she hoped a marriage proposal would come with it. But a few days before, the man suddenly decided that marriage wasn't for him, and he broke off the relationship. Julie was devastated. How could this happen to me, she thought. She believed that God had sent this man into her life. Julie had been a dreamer ever since she was a child, and usually God would warn her in a dream if something bad was about to happen. Why didn't God warn her about this? She didn't see this coming. From that moment on, Julie began to see herself as a failure. Her life had always been hard. There was always one obstacle after another. She constantly thought about all of the hardships she had ever experienced and the people who had disappointed her along the way. She even blamed herself that her children had to grow up without a father. As time went on, Julie became extremely depressed. Although she loved God, she was a little angry at him. She wished that she was never born. In fact, she wanted to end it all. In her sorrow, she reasoned that her kids would be better off without her. One night, the pain of living was so intense, she begged God to take her home. As she cried herself to sleep, she had a dream. In the dream, an angel came into her room and said, "God sent me because he wants to show you how precious your life is." Then the angel began to show Julie different scenes from her life where she had a positive effect on the lives of other people. In the first scene, Julie saw her 8-year-old self saving her little brother from drowning. He had fallen in a well, and Julie held his hand until her mother got there to pull him out. The angel said, "If you had not been there, Julie, your brother would have drowned. He would not have gone on to become the great preacher that he is today, one who has brought many to Christ." Although Julie would never forget that incident, she never thought of herself as a hero in any way. This was eye-opening. The angel then went on to show Julie another scene of when she was in elementary school in the 6th grade. She saw a boy named Henry who was a classmate. Henry was laughed at and bullied every day because he was obese and he had a speech impediment. Julie always felt sorry for Henry and was the only one in the class who was nice to him. Henry could draw beautifully, but nobody complimented his pictures because nobody liked him. Julie always encouraged him and told him he would be a great artist someday. Henry looked at Julie and said, "Julie, you're my only friend." The angel told Julie that Henry never forgot her words of encouragement, and as a result, he went on to become a very successful artist. This was absolutely surprising to Julie. She had, from time to time, wondered whatever became of Henry. Now she knew. She never thought that her words or actions towards Henry were anything special. But she was beginning to see that a small act of kindness can have a profound effect. In a way, because of Henry, Julie became a middle school teacher. And although she had been teaching at an alternative school for the last 18 years, she would often get discouraged because many of the students would end up going in the wrong direction with their lives. But a great revelation would come when the angel unfolded the 3rd scene. In it, Julie saw herself in her classroom 16 years earlier, chastising a 12-year-old student named David. David constantly disrupted the class and constantly got into fights with other students. He seemed angry and more troubled than the others. Although he continually got in trouble, Julie saw something special in David. During recess, she would try to keep him out of trouble by having him stay in the classroom with her. She would chit-chat with him while sharing some of her lunch and snacks that she kept in the desk drawer. What Julie didn't know at the time was that David was going through a lot at home. His mother often ignored and neglected him. He was an only child, so he was lonely and depressed most of the time. Julie's kindness towards him made him feel special and caused him to see that someone really cared about him and that he mattered. This had a profound effect on his future. David went on to become a child psychologist in the school system and had gained recognition for his great work with troubled kids. The angel turned to Julie and said, "These are only a few of the many times you have been a positive influence and have added value to the lives of others. Julie, your acts of kindness are like seeds that will continue to increase and grow and will have a great impact on generations to come." If you were never born, Julie, these lives would have had a much different ending. Julie woke up crying tears of joy and was grateful to God for opening her eyes to see that she was born on purpose with a divine purpose. She now realized that her life was a gift from God, a gift that kept on giving into the lives of others.